anything. Ultimately, what it's coming down to is the extra hours. And if we condition that, that's what her ask is. So if you condition it, basically you just say no, right? So I don't know. It's up to you guys. That's just how I see it.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I don't know how we could do this, but a thought was the hours and days of just the thrift store. And I know that's the biggest issue on it, but anyhow, and that may be something the commissioners can come up with a resolution for. I hope so, and we'll just leave it at that.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead, Amy.
the only condition you must put on is an end date.
we
So
got
I
that.
would certainly ask you to recommend something for that because it is required.
We have that. So what I proposed earlier was the conditions that we've imposed last year with the end date being till she no longer owns the property.
And that's what you would be keeping in mind as you vote.
Go ahead, Dave.
But the conditions for last year limited the hours to Thursday through,
That's correct.
yeah.
And this is a new permit. You're not bound by those conditions.
I would say, just to add the end date to her request. I mean, we're just voting on her request, I think, which is clear.
Okay.
Do you have any input at all before they vote?
So I just think we should be clear, the vote would be on maintaining the same days and hours, but changing the end date. Is that what's happening?
No.
The request from the applicant is for 40 hours a week, Monday through, or Tuesday through Saturday.
And then
That is the request in front of them.
And that's what's being voted on.
That's correct.
So I think what's being brought up is we don't use, the only condition we'd put on would be the end date.
That's the only condition unless you decide you're
Yep,
going to vote with
decide to do
something else
more.
in mind.
I think all the conditions we did have last year, they were met. I don't know unless you guys see there's one that we need to keep on. That's where we're at. So I guess right now what we have down right now is just the end date of when she no longer owns the property. So if there's something you guys need, now's the time to speak or we're gonna vote. Okay, we're gonna vote. Okay, the use will not put an excess burden on the roadways, utilities, and public facilities such as parks and schools. Brent?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Marvin?
Yes,
John?
Yes.
Myself, Clint Catherine, is yes. Number 2, the request will not be detrimental to the use and enjoyment of other property in the immediate vicinity for the purposes already permitted, nor impede the normal and orderly development improvement of surrounding vacant property for uses predominant area. Dave Stish.
No.
Marvin.
yes,
John.
Yes.
Myself, Clint is yes. Brent.
Yes.
Question 3, the use and opinion of the planning commission is reasonably related to the existing land use and environment. Groundwater, surface water, and air quality in the surrounding area will not be adversely affected by the proposed use. Marvin.
yes,
John.
Yes.
Myself, Clint is yes. Brent.
Yes.
Dave.
No.
Okay, question 4, the use is consistent with the purposes of the zoning ordinance and the purposes of the use is consistent with the purpose of the zoning ordinance and the purposes of the zoning district in which the applicant intends to locate the proposed use. John.
Yes.
Marvin.
I'm gonna say yes.
Dave.
No.
Brent.
Yes.
I'm gonna say no. Question 4 or 5, the use is not in conflict with the comprehensive plan or the water plan of the county. Myself, Clint Catherine is yes. Brent.
Yes.
Dave.
No.
Marvin.
Yes,
John.
Yes.
Okay, all the questions were answered in the affirmative. So I guess I would look for a motion to recommend approval for this application with one condition of the end date, would end when she no longer owns the property.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make that recommendation.
Okay, is there a second?
I'd second that, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Brent. Motion's made and second to recommend approval to the commissioners. All in favor say aye. John?
Aye.
Marvin?
Aye.
Dave?
Nay.
Brent?
Aye.
And myself, Clint Catherine's aye. Okay, so I guess it'll pass for recommendation to go, we'll recommend to the commissioners that they approve this. And that meeting is May 9th. And if you have anything in between that time, feel free to contact Land Services and hopefully they can help you through that.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead, Amy.
before we adjourn this one, I just want to remind, this was the public hearing. This is where public input is given, okay? So when the county board considers this, they're in the back, they heard everything. So I just want to make it clear that the county board is not holding another public hearing. They'll be considering the request, everything they heard tonight, and will be making that decision, okay? All right.
What
Oh.
time, May 9th? What time on May 9th?
So the county board meeting starts at 9 AM. I'm usually not on the agenda right at 9, and so when that agenda comes out the Friday prior, I will know what time I'm on.
I'd like to thank everybody for their respect, patience, and willingness to work with us through this process. Thank you very much. So we'll give you guys a couple minutes to get through, and we'll finish up. We have another item later, but I guess we're just gonna keep talking while you guys go, because we just have some preliminary stuff here. So, we have any old business?
No, Mr. Chair.
Is there any new business?
No, Mr. Chair.
Okay, we have minutes.
I move that we accept the minutes as presented.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion's made and seconded to approve the April 4th minutes. All in favor say aye. Marv?
Aye.
Brent?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
Myself is aye. Is there a motion adjourned?
I move that we adjourn.
Just wait 1 second, 1 second.
I'll make motion.
Okay, motion made by Dave to adjourn and seconded by Marvin. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.